are underway for a new apartment complex in Monmouth County designed specifically for adults with autism. The building is being called Thrive and was recently given site plan approval by the city of Red Bank. Joining us now to talk about this is Christopher Manente, Executive Director of Rutgers Center for Adult Autism Services. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for amplifying this issue.
This is an amazing feat that you guys are doing. Explain what Thrive is and how this works.
So Thrive will be a neuro-inclusive, supportive apartment building where young adults with autism will have the opportunity to do just that, as the name implies. They will be able to thrive. And so, like, our model really goes beyond people with autism just being given the bare minimum to survive, and we want to see them reach their absolute full potential and thrive. And really, the promise of this project extends so far beyond the 32 residents will have the opportunity to live there, and really represents a huge step forward in the civil rights movement for people with autism and other neurodivergents, in having the opportunity to live in communities of their choice.
We should say this is going to be in Red Bank, correct? And, for services for people with autism, you see a lot of schools that offer it. But once they hit that 18 mark for graduation, then becomes the question of what happens next? What do we do now?
Yeah, absolutely. And that threshold that you just referred to, whether it be 18 or if a student takes their extended services through their IDEA entitlement, it's 21, is commonly referred to as the services cliff, because we, as a society, spend 18 plus years building individuals up academically in school, only to have them fall off a cliff at the age 18 or 21 when services are no longer available. Another common way to refer to this is graduating to the couch, and it's a huge crisis for our entire society, and it's a nationwide crisis that this 5 million plus people with autism aren't being given the opportunity to thrive in adulthood. And again, this crisis is not that there are 5.5 million people with autism living in the U.S. Who are adults, but that all of these people don't have the opportunity to succeed like their neurotypical counterparts typically do.
And you work with the Rutgers Center for Adult Autism Services. So how did that then become involved with Thrive?
I'm the founding executive director of the RCAS, and we started this journey and this mission back in 2016, creating a center explicitly focused on the needs of adults with autism and really pioneering a model of excellence in individualized, inclusive, community-based supports for people with autism across the spectrum. And so essentially, Thrive, it will be a replication of the culture and the model that we have established here at Rutgers. We're going to be taking the software as it is that we use to help the adults with autism succeed here on the Rutgers University campus and plug it into the Red Bank community, and help this group of neurodivergent adults living at Thrive have the same incredible outcomes we've been seeing at Rutgers.
Who came up with this idea? I read that it was a parent of someone with autism. Is that correct?
Yeah, so the two founders of Thrive are Karen Fluharty and Debbie Tabakin. They're two moms on a mission. They named the non-for-profit that will be actually funding a lot of the supports at Thrive, Parents with a Plan, because that's exactly what they were. They have traveled far and wide and seen what's out there in terms of adult neuro-inclusive supportive housing and been left wanting. And really, it was kind of the spark for creating this new property here in New Jersey.
Fantastic, yeah.
And what can people expect from the building itself? How is it different, and what is it going to offer for these people so that they can, as you said, live independently or, to some degree independently in that building?
Yeah, so the building will definitely follow a model of universal design where it is absolutely appealing, soothing, and accessible for any and all neurodivergent residents who want to live there. And that really speaks to the physical plant of the building, which is, of course, very important. But in our field, in the models that we're developing, the physical space or the hardware of a property is actually secondary to the software or the culture of the place. And I think that's where the real innovation is going to happen at this property, where they will be, specialized community navigators and community concierges, where these residents will be able to go down to the front desk and interact with someone who has a really deep understanding of their needs and a high level of expertise in order to help them meet those needs. And, a lot of the staff who will be there physically on site at Thrive will be either current or former Rutgers University students who want to train to specialize in working with this population. And that is the real promise of Thrive, where, we're going to address this much wider national crisis that exists, where, we're going to be training a workforce of highly skilled practitioners who want to specialize in working with adults with autism versus the majority of early career practitioners who still, continue to go towards becoming a special education teacher working with children with autism and other disabilities in schools.
So what is the timeline for Thrive to be built, and where can people find out more information?
So right now, we're trending to open in mid-2025. And for more information, I would direct everyone to the Parents with a Plan website.
And that is parentswithaplan.com?
It's www.parentswithaplan, no spaces.org.
.org. Thank you so much for being on with us. We appreciate it, and good luck with the opening. This sounds like an amazing, amazing place.
Truly my pleasure, and thank you again for really escalating this issue and the dire need for more attention to be spent on issues facing adults with autism nationwide.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Have a great weekend.
You too.
And it really is true, because you do, we have all of these, programs and systems within the school systems, but we really don't have a lot, for adults. And there is, I have several friends who are special education teachers, and it's like, they do teach how to do a basic household budget, how to go to the grocery store, some, simple job tasks, stocking shelves or checking people out, things like that. But we don't, but it's like, where do they turn if they struggle with any of that? The people at the grocery store aren't necessarily trained to help them properly.
I think it's going to be an amazing, not only facility, because they'll have resources right there, but it'll help them grow. I mean, that growing never stops, and it feels like, again, like he was saying, that 18 to 21 age, if they opt in to do the further education, then at 21, it's like everybody's like, okay, good luck.
Yeah, have at it.
And it's like,
which, quite frankly, I mean, is almost a shame that we do it to our neuronormative kids too, because 21 is still too young to be like, sure, just let you loose in the world now. Go for it.
That is a good point.
We kind of need these systems in place for sure.
So it'll be fantastic to see it open finally, and hopefully it spreads throughout the whole entire, not just New Jersey, but maybe nationally,
around the country. Yeah, absolutely.